Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Good morning. Allow me to indulge you for half an hour or so. You know, America is a strange place. It's a place of paradoxes, contradictions, things that make absolutely no logical sense at all. But but one of the things that are a mainstay is race and racism, a subject that I get wholly tired of talking about. I really do, because myself, I don't believe in it. I am supposed to indulge in these labels and these colors for the sake of your existence in the terminology. I mean, at least in the terminology. We live in a country that's speeding backwards, speeding and backwards. Okay, in terms of race relations in this country are being purposely and willfully set back. If not race relations, politically, the, the political power grabs, the redistricting, the gerrymandering, the refusal to let Black elected officials so much as even take office. I can only imagine if I was alive in the 50s, it would have ended a whole different way. A whole different way. In the 50s, they spraying water hoses, sicking dogs, hanging people, dragging folks behind trucks, this type of thing. Is that where you want to go back to? Because back in those days, Black people didn't have guns. I can assure you today, it'll be a wholly different experience for you. But you know that. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. So are we really going to? Well, yes, we are. We are now officially entering Jim Crow 2.0. So all you young people, including myself, because I didn't experience it, I can't even imagine living in that era or any of the 200 years, well, I did live. What am I talking about? In the current form of me. They wouldn't make it. They wouldn't make it. But they are intent of going back to some time, some strange ass time where they are dominant as a class of people, I think. In a world of changing demographics, changing politics, all based on race, a social order or constructs based on race, and we're just going backwards. First, you got stuck. This is why the Black people have never gotten a hate crimes bill, reparations, or anything else, quite frankly. You have separated and you have bifurcated American culture and Black people within that other culture in such a way that you don't know really what's really going on. I don't think you see yourselves. I mean, I can't even imagine. It's kind of funny because I'm seeing it through your eyes when you walk into the chambers and everybody looks like you. Everybody is cultured like you. Everybody thinks like you. So basically, you need a lot of understanding yes men and yes women around you who don't call you out on your bullshit. You are incapable of getting past your racism, so you want to normalize it. You not only want to normalize it for yourselves, you want to normalize it for us. You want us to normalize your racism in our lives. And I don't even like the words. Hardly don't like any of your words. I hardly don't like any of your words. Racism. What the hell is that? I know what it is, but I'm just saying, man. But if you were to break this down further, where does this come from? I mean, have you, and there ain't but one place it can come from, generational teaching of this caricature of a belief that you are dominant and that black people are somehow below you, even though you had over 200 years of watching them in the field doing shit that you could never do, achieving things that you could never achieve. I don't mean to asperse any particular culture. I really don't. But we got to call a spade a spade. But you've been teaching each other this, and I know this because this is the only way that any kind of ism can move generationally to generation, either by observatory teaching, about or outright teaching from the adult to the children, or explaining to the child why the adult just said or did some fucked up shit in front of the child, and now they have to explain it. There is no other way. There is no other way to transfer knowledge. So this is what you've been doing up to this point. I mean, before MAGA, what was it? The Tea Party. Now, Tea Party turns MAGA. MAGA turns TPUSA. TPUSA have intricate ties to the nation state of Israel. And we're all just in here watching. People are being murdered, not us. These people, you are tied up in some kind of, you know the truth. I know the truth. You know it, but you don't want me to say it out loud. This is internecine war between white people, and black people are caught up. Okay? Are caught up. And we're not going back to Jim Crow 2.0. Don't get that in your head. But why wouldn't you think that? Why wouldn't you think that? You would believe everything. They threatened, hell, 6, 7 years ago, you had killed so many black men that black men were going around saying out their own mouths that it's open season on black men. And when I heard this, I said to them, well, if it's open season on you, maybe you should open season on them. You know, if they can open season on blacks, then blacks should open season on whites. It was that simple. And they all looked at me Google-eyed, like I had lost my mind. Anyway, there's no Jim Crow 2.0. No, they want to maintain political power, not dominant power, political power. Because honestly, they themselves know what they have put out at their own hands for centuries. And they are afraid of what some people would think of as karma. That's what they fear. But that's not our concern, is it? I'm about good versus evil. And that shit's evil. You keep calling it some kind of ism. No, it's just ranked evil. Ranked evil. They or you may call it whatever you want. Whatever you want. And then in the midst of this, in the midst of all, man, you guys are strange. How long have black people, that word again, FBA, let's just be clear, specific. How long have FBA been pleading for reparations and a hate crimes bill? 50 years? 45 years? And the most they could get out of it is a study that won't pass the committees, won't get past the floor. It don't even make it to committee. It won't get past the floor. This is even when the Democrats had both houses and the presidency. They couldn't get the bill for the study into law. It never got to the president's desk. It never did. And it sits there languishing today. today. Strange. You know, this won't be the first time, though. See, this country, it manages to um, bypass things. It will go out of its way not to deal with the issue. Back in the 60s, Patrick Moynihan had put forth a report about America and how it was becoming two separate Americas, unequal, unequal. And the inequality was brought on by what he termed systemic racism. Now, Patrick Moynihan at the time was a sitting senator or a sitting House member. I'm pretty sure it was a House member. But guess how they got out of it that time? The Vietnam War. The Vietnam War started and it went on the back burner. Fast forward, Bill Clinton. I mean, this is just my lifetime. When he was president, he tried to have town hall meetings in every city so black people could talk to white people. And white people lost their minds. They didn't want to do it. They simply didn't want to have the conversation. And it became a political issue. And he had to stop. He wanted to go from place to place, sit in, and have black people and white people talk to each other. It never happened. It never happened. And then you have 60 years of black political process, so called, that's gotten absolutely nothing done. Nothing. They seem to have found themselves a niche. I won't go into that, but there's that word black again. It's like saying the word white. Strange. Colors. They call themselves colors. Okay, fine. If you want to be known as a fucking color, oh, fine with me. But some of these people, they are not going to understand when I say, hey, you, Mr. Yellow. Hey, you, Mr. Brown. Hey, you, Mr. Red. Hey, you, Mr. Olive. Green. Tint. I don't know. It's going to get kind of strange. But it's only blacks and whites and recently browns. I'm just, maybe, no, I'm just confused. And I am confused because you are confused because you're dishonest. You're dishonest from start to finish. Dishonest. Damn. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So with Bill Clinton, they got livid across the country. Black people were like, what's wrong with them? We're willing to do it. No, they're not. Because they're afraid of what's going to be said that is factual. They don't want to deal with it. And they didn't want to deal with it then, and seemingly they don't want to deal with it now. But they're going to deal with it because they have no choice now. Everything's come to its logical conclusion. They can't go anywhere else. What are we going to do? To dance in one big circle over and over and over again? Is that the plan? We won't discuss the 1,000-pound elephant in the room, even though it's there amongst the fine china. And you can't figure out how he got in or how you're going to get him out from amongst the fine china. So you just leave him there. Hopefully, when he stands up, he'll go out the delicate way that he came in. But he's not. He's going to crash things. He's a damn tank. not, not, he's not very maneuverable. Once it's moving forward, it moves forward. And I ain't never seen any elephant step sideways, ever. They don't do it. They're too big and they simply run it over. Anyway, sometimes it's good to ask how we got here. And that's what I was trying to display. There is always a pathology. Always a pathology. That man seems hell bent on maintaining, and nowhere is this more self-evident than what we're witnessing now. You know that you can't get there from here, right? You can't get there from here. Wherever you're trying to go, which I don't believe, you can't, wherever you're trying to go, you can't get there from here. Okay? And since we know this, this is why we have called for separation. We're watching you in real time. I mean, go through the government, for example, and purge black faces for absolutely no cause. We're just going to be going a different direction. No, what's really happening is, you know how black people think and how white people think, and you would rather have white people sitting there because you finna do white people shit. If I may be so frank, and maybe even Susie, but that's what it is. So you think about that. So people lose their careers, employment, character built up over sometimes decades because someone came in and decided we're going to purge the government of black people, especially the ones that we know don't understand our sensibilities. Okay? Just like that, thousands. And while that's going on, you rewriting the history books. History doesn't lie, you do. And in real time, we're watching you try to rewrite history. So, boo boo, listen, the time you get one chance to write history, one chance. That's it. Everything else, you are hiding truth. You wrote the first history, and now you want to hide the very history that you yourselves wrote. Find a black historian that took part in your history books. You will be hard pressed to find one, but these are all your words by your fathers and by your mothers, going back decades. They were the historians. And then and then in comes you. Are you embarrassed by your parents? Are you embarrassed by your parents? Because it seems to be you are very embarrassed by your parents. Their actions, behaviors towards others. You know what I'm saying? You, on first blush, you would seem to be angry at your parents. So therefore, we are going to erase history so that our children don't see what our parents did. Okay, fine. Let's just take that as the foundation. Let's just take that as the foundation then. But here's the rub. As we speak, you are doing the exact same thing that your parents are doing, and people and the technology are already writing history as it plays out, like yesterday and the day before that day. So what will your children do? Will they call the war? Will they be taught to see the war against Iran unprovoked as jest? Will they be taught to see that their best friend on the geopolitical stage is a nation state that is fully rogue and that has never come under any international law ever? Ever. Will they be taught that? Will they be taught that black people, for example, are the ones responsible for their own victimhood and the policies that have harmed them, like gentrification? Will you be teaching them that? And will they be trying to rewrite the history books again? I mean, exactly where? I mean, it's like a never-ending saga here. It's like you're lashing out. And what's particularly strange is that you do have options. It's like you want to have your cake and to eat it. Can I be frank again? In the South, the, I think I can safely say that the majority of white people don't like black people. I think I can safely say that. I think I can, the majority meaning 61%, 59, 57, even 51. That would be the majority. And it plays out in all kinds of ways on a sociological level, which we don't care about until it victimizes us, as the open use of the N word now. Like you are going to reimpose, we're going to go around. you, some of y'all are going to have black eyes and bullet holes. I'm telling you now, black eyes and bullet holes. But anyway, do as you will. I think you fundamentally have misread black people. We are not like our man. We're not like our fathers. But now I'm like my father in God. Period. And you are evil. If you can wake up in the morning and you can have this detestation for somebody because of skin color, then you are basic. You are quite basic, and your life is unfulfilled. You are missing the whole experience, not in terms of blackness and your exposure to it, but things have a ripple effect anyway. And you live isolated amongst each other to this day. To this day, want to live isolated, but that's all of you. That's all of you. You want to live isolated to each other, unto each other. That's tribalism. I mean, in America, it is kooky. This is funny as hell, man, but I'm not going to make a mockery of it. And I could do a 30-minute routine right now. A tribalism, and you want to act as though it's not. You need this image of we're not how we are to be marketed to the world and you to yourselves, even though you indulge in it every day. And by indulging in it every day, either by omission or by a commission, you are part of the problem. And we don't care. We don't care because it's going to consume you. It already has. It already has. See, you seemingly don't have the ability to fix yourself. And once you have succumbed to it and you understand that I can't fix myself, then you start to claim it. Claim it in terms of that it's just how we are. We were raised this way. This is how our culture is, blah, 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 blah. But I can assure you, my friend, on that fateful day, all of that shit will ring hollow. It will ring hollow, my friend. You understand what I'm saying, right? It will ring hollow on that day. No, what's going to stand is what is written. What is written in your book about your life as you lived it. No, no, no excuses as you give each other now. But now I'm starting to sound like I'm talking to children. And I'm not. I'm not talking to children. No, no need to talk to them. They don't control anything. I can imagine in a child's eyes, you look like giants. I can assure the child they're not giants. They are would-be giants. Calm down, child. Calm down. But where are we going with all of this, though? I mean, the very thing that you don't want to pay reparations for, which is historical wrongs, you are actually committing right now while saying we not, oh, Lord, it'd be easy to get you in court. But I know where you're going to go with it. You're going to go straight political because you can't stand up to the evidence. It can't stand up to the evidence. It can't stand up to the words contained in the four corners of the document. Just like your Constitution, you couldn't stand up to the very words contained in the four corners of the document. You couldn't do it. Who can't live by, who can't live structurally? Who can't live within boundaries? You. You have to have this space unto yourselves that you can do whatever you do. I had those last three words are filler words because I was about to say something else. So I instead used filler words because it would have been not received well. But where are we going? Let me tell you exactly where we're going. We are on course. I can't believe, it's always astounded me how we can know what the Bible says, particularly in the end days. We know it. It's written. It's thousands of years old. And then we actually play it out. You're going to actually play out what is written to your own detriment. I find that astounding. Man, if you gave me the enemy plan, if you give me the enemy plan, it's going to include enemy tactics. And I'm the enemy. Well, he just messed up. He let his plans fall into my hands. I'm not doing any of that stuff. In fact, I'm going to do just the opposite of that stuff. He may get me, but it won't by. It will not be by these plans. And here you are, knowing presumptively that these are the end times, and you're like, "Are you not hearing me?" It's like you're being blocked. I'm starting to really believe that you really can't hear me, or that you know you must complete the bid. You must play this out, which ends in a very bad way for you and your progeny. And that is just a horrible proposition. And you actually meant that shit that I heard back in 2021 that, well, he already hates us. So let's do more. So our answer to he already hates us is that I'll do more of it. He said, of you, I have hated thee. I have hated thee. He didn't say, I do hate thee. I have hated thee. And why did he hate thee? Well, we can all see, sir. We can all see. Would not you? Come on, man. Come on, man. If you were forced, I hate that word. There's a lot of your human words I hate. If you were forced to endure what black people have been forced to end, and there's that damn word again. We're gonna have to fix this terminology stuff. I'm gonna have to lead you slowly into my words and my definition over time. I'm getting sick of using them because they don't convey what I'm trying to say. And it confuses things. But why we own black? Anyway, no. No. And you're actually gonna do what's written. You're gonna help us bring about the fucking apocalypse. You're gonna do it. You really gonna do it. You really want to go back to a time that you had so much power that you could do whatever you wanted to and never be brought to justice, brought to bear, brought to carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck to you. Good luck. It seems like you hell bent on ripping this country the hell apart. Even your white counterparts are looking at you askewingly. There's something not right here. And again, we don't care. This is just an observation. We know where all of this is going. And by we, I mean source. We see it head on. And once again, I find it astounding. Astounding how you want to walk into a chamber and look around you and see nothing but you. In America, a country of 350 million souls with what might I add, a purposely engineered diversity. Wow. Well, I can see that you really don't know what you're doing. I can see that you're having knee-jerk reactions to all kinds of strange stimuli that's forcing you to think and act in a certain way and behave in a certain way and process information from that the grounding from that perspective that's really not there. But what is there is the determination on both of us. I'm going to play out God's word. Prophecy is going to be, they will come out of her, meaning you, with great wealth, and they will be separated from you. What happens after that is largely on the scale of what you do in response of trying to stop this from happening. And you're not even trying to stop it. I don't think you're even aware. I think that it's survival. It is survival. And the complete, what's the word I'm looking for? The complete disbelief in one's self. I think that you've given up. I think that you have decided that this is just how we are. And Lord, many cultures have went to the trash heap of history with this kind of logic, this kind of disbelief in one's self. First, you give up on you, then you give up on your children, then you give up on God. I'm not sure of that order of things. I haven't extrapolated it out in terms of my own thought processes. And I don't want to, but I'm pretty sure that I'm onto something. And it's going to be the end of you. It's going to be the end of you. There is a reason why I purposely avoided attacking MAGA, attacking TPUSA, not because I'm afraid of them. You know better. I know the truth. I know the truth. And it is ugly. It's ugly. And you know it's ugly. But you know what? When I say that we don't care, is why I don't really go at the it's ugly aspect of it. If you want to kill each other and plot and scheme on each other and make plays for political power while you look like each other and then separate each other based on ideology or gender and party, you're a nutcase. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that we should be there as a minority amongst you anyway. Good day. I am Source. I am Seven. I am One.